Well, I haven't been the best at keeping you updated, and I also have not been the best about weeding. But here we are, end of June. Got honeysuckle. What else? Spirea is about the only thing the deer aren't getting. The spirea, this little pine tree, and the bleeding hearts, and the petunias, and the clematis. They're leaving alone, but nibbling on everything else, including the yarrow. So we'll have to be switching around things. They even ate marigolds out from around the front of that tree. Petunias are leggier than I want. I need to learn more about petunias. I wanted them to be kind of tightly draped, flowing down. It's a little ladybug. The bleeding hearts are done here. I want to dig them up and move them out under trees somewhere. They just take up so much space while they're blooming. They look beautiful and then they're yellow for a long time. Rudbeckia is about to bloom. Some of them are blooming. Some sunflowers coming up. Clematis or clematis, I don't even know how I should say that, coming along. So it's just mixed. I bought these daisies for $1. They were sad and almost dead looking. I hope they will naturalize in this area. That would be great. Sunflowers, blueberries. The little few blueberries they've put on are delicious. Very sweet. Just kind of a mix of echinacea, some sunflower, phlox, liatris, marigolds. Oh, look. Beautiful. And a dwarf butterfly bush. The yarrow is enormous. And then the red hot pokers have come out. Currently, end of June, I'm fighting Japanese beetles. The squash bugs I'm keeping on top of. Just have to check the underside of squash leaves for their eggs, and then the vine borer will lay like one single egg here and there. Roses have had a lot of blooms. The Japanese beetles, I need to go get my container of soapy water. See, look. Devil spawn. I will knock them into a bowl of soapy water. It's a challenge because they want to eat the flowers of the roses, and I could spray them with something like 7 liquid spray, but then that gets the bees. Strawberries are just about done. There's a few still putting on. Lots of fertilizer still. I watch them so they're green and happy. If they're not, then I add more. Here's Echo in her hood so she doesn't give herself another IBD flare. Different kinds of squashes. We've eaten some green squash already. They've been delicious. Barry's Crazy Cherry. Look at all the flowers. Just tons. Tons and tons. Have not eaten one from them, but just look at these clusters. Just tons of them. I guess that's why they call them Crazy Cherry. I'm liking them. They seem to be pretty disease resistant. Look at all the flowers. They're pretty disease resistant. However, that said, this year I'm doing a much better job at regularly coming out here and checking for disease and pests. Here's my happy shard, noodle beans, and then I'm spraying neem oil to start. And you can see some of the leaves are skeletonized. That's damage from the Japanese beetles. These beans I did spray with 7 liquid because they were just decimating. So it's kind of they get all the new growth hopefully and stay away from the flowers for the bees. You don't want to hurt bees. It's such a quandary. We've got some peppers. Show you. There's a nice sized one, 2 of them. Looking pretty happy. Fence tomatoes are good. Sweet potatoes, they're not as happy as I wish they were. but we'll see what we get. They're supposed to not mind poor soil. Lots of tomato. Beans are going up and over, and it's shadier and shadier in there. So we've got some Parks Legacy, and we've got Opalka. Opalka paste tomatoes. I have to learn how to can. Look at that. Wonderful. But again, tons of fertilizer. Here's Dr. Wishes. They're heirlooms. They have these fun cat-faced and wrinkly and plump. Adorable. Got lots of parsley, tarragon, okra. These are Sun Gold tomatoes. Perfect. These guys grow so well here. I'm really happy with them. If y'all need basil, parsley, tarragon, I have tons. Here's a scallop squash, not doing too hot. See how it's yellow? I came in with fish fertilizer, which is nitrogen. Hopefully that catches it up. Baby basil's coming up. These are Kajari melon. Gonna go up and over. The lettuces are trying to bolt, but you know what? I love the way I have this set up. This has worked well. The shade's keeping them cooler. They're trying to bolt. They're about to, but it's kept the lettuce going longer, which is great. Kajari melon going up and over just like I want it to. Every time I come out here, I swear they're a little taller. This side's a little slower, but that's all right, I guess. Eventually they'll catch up. More Parks tomatoes, doing crazy good over here. And ground cherry. Okay, so I had my first ground cherry. It's like eating candy. Everybody says it's like candy. It's like eating candy. It's so good. I'm gonna always grow these things. It's fantastic. Raspberries doing really well. Japanese beetles like them, so I'm gonna go knock bugs off here shortly. Under here, chard. And then I had to cover up the beans. There's a baby bunny in here, and he is eating them down. So, yay nature. See how he's eating them off. Hopefully I've caught him in time. Everybody's had a fresh dose of fish fertilizer. That should keep him out, I hope. Peppers. Cucumbers, heat stress. I will give them more water here in a minute. And this will be zinnias and cosmos for cutting, finally coming along. And then a look at the bean trellis. Look at that, how it's filling out so nice. Nice little shady place to hang out. And then over here, some pretty zinnias. Butternut squash, gonna go up the trellis, and some ground cherries. And I snuck in another tomato. And let's put on some tomatoes too. That's Opalka. So, not too bad. Oh, and look at the phlox, dwarf phlox. Very pretty. Oh, if you need thyme, I have thyme. And if you need chives or dill, available. All right, so almost 9 minutes. I hope you enjoyed your end of June tour.